A Monster Calls, my first encounter with it was reading the book, and I was actually away on holiday, and I was with two very good friends, and I was literally in tears, just flooding down my face. It was such a powerful book, and immediately after reading it, it was something that I felt I'd connected to and felt like a very important story to be a part of. Sigourney and we clicked immediately. There was a lot of research that we did together. We went and spent time in a hospice and really understood the disease that Lizzie was suffering from, and it really pulled us together in a way that, because of the nature of the subject matter, because we were experiencing it together, we really relied on each other, actually. And she's someone that I've admired for years and years and years, and someone I've looked up to, and I'd actually really loved her performances and loved the way she presents herself in the world. She's a real role model for young actresses. Bayona is someone who makes it as easy as possible for you as an actor. He likes to play music before the scene starts, so you can understand the tone of the scene as he's going to tell it. And then also there were scenes when I was looking up with a huge tree face looking right down at me, which is so magical, rather than it all being CGI, rather than trying to act with a green screen, which is really very difficult. And you're having to imagine, he made it as real as possible for us, so that you're actually interacting with something that is right there in front of you. The monster's relevance is he's trying to prepare Connor for the realities of life and for becoming a man and learning how he's going to overcome his mother's death. So the monster plays a very pivotal role in Connor becoming a grown-up, and he has to learn some very important lessons along the way. It's not a fairy tale in a conventional sense. It's very much a fairy tale in the sense that you learn something by watching it as the audience. It's not escapism necessarily. It's about confronting one's fears, and it's through the monster that Connor confronts his fears of what's going to happen to him. So it's a fairy tale kind of turned on its head. I think that it'll be an experience like they've never had before. It is a visual feast. It is a film that is moving, but also has great hope in it, and you come away feeling, I would feel, inspired by the story, and it really stays with you. A few of my friends have lost a parent quite early on in life, and I feel like this film and the book, they really they're incredible at helping people understand what it's like to go through that experience, and I think it will touch people very deeply. Lewis was an inspiration for all of us. He was so tenacious and committed, and he would get very upset if he thought a take hadn't worked. And his commitment, actually, for all of us, he was 11 years old at the time, but he was so incredibly focused, and he cared so much about the story and getting it right and doing it justice, that we all through osmosis, we all absorbed that from him. But he's a wonderful young actor.